Good morning, fourth grade. Welcome to our very last YouTube/Zoom of the 2020 school year, I hope. Excited about actually being a classroom teacher again, but this has been fun and I will miss seeing your faces even if it's on a screen. So today we're going to go over your homework from Tuesday and Wednesday so that we can do something fun for our last class during Zoom today. Okay, so 537 A and B odd was your homework for Tuesday. Remember, it was about circle graphs. So let's go over that real quick so we can see if you understood. Okay, so for number 3, it says for 3 through 8, use the circle graph at the right. Okay, it was beginning letters of the names of the month. Okay, number 3, what fraction of the months have names beginning with J? Okay, well, the names beginning with J, 1/4. Okay, it was the green, 1/4. Okay, number 5, do more or less than 1/2 of the months begin with, and number 5 is M, A, or J. Okay, so that would be all of them added together. And that would be more than, it's definitely more than half. Okay, so more than. So number 3 was 1/4, and number 5 is more than. Okay, number 7, do more or less than 1/4 of the months begin with A? Well, compare A to J. J is 1/4 and A is definitely less than 1/4. Okay, so 7 is less than. Okay, number 9, make a circle graph using the data at the right. Start by dividing the circle into 8 equal parts. Okay, so, this is number 9. Okay, so I'm going to make a circle. I'm gonna make a circle. I'm gonna use my coaster here. Make a circle and divide it into 8 equal parts. So first I'm gonna do it in half, and then in half again, and then, so I have 4 now, and then I'm gonna turn it and divide those in half. So now I have 8 equal pieces. Okay, so the data on the right, so I have favorite camp, arts, and crafts. So I have watercolors are going to be 3 people. Okay, so I'm gonna color in 3 of my 8 sections. I'm gonna do a fast coloring so it won't be super pretty. So that would be 3/8. 3/8. Okay, collage is 1. I'm surprised collage is only 1. That seems like it would be fun. Collage is 1. So 1/8 would be collage. One-eighth is collage. And then 4/8. 4/8 would be clay. I can see why clay is so popular. I like to play with clay. So 4/8, what is another fraction for 4/8 if you reduce 4/8? 4 out of 8 would be how much of the circle? 1/2. That's right. Okay. So clay is 4/8 or 1/2 of the kids' favorites. Collage is 1/8 and watercolor is 3/8. Okay. So what would I have to do to make that correct? I have to label it, okay? So favorite arts and crafts. And I'm going to have collage, clay, and watercolor. All right. Okay. So if yours doesn't look something like that, make sure you fix it. All right. Number 11. What information can you tell from a circle graph more easily than from a table? Okay, explain. The fraction of the total in a table, you have no reference to the whole. Okay, so in a table, it's just listed. Okay, in a circle graph, you can see by looking at it which is less, which is more, 1/4, 1/2, 1/3, around there. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna put explain. Okay, and number 13, what is this? 537. Number 13, 3 and 5/6 is greater than, less than, or equals to 3 and 10/12. Okay, well, we know the 3's are the same. Okay, so 5/6 or 10/12. Okay, 10/12 reduced, if you divide both the top and the bottom by 2, is going to come out to 5/6. So 3/6 is equal to 3 and 10/12. 3 and 5/6 is equal to 3 and 10/12. Right. Number 15. Okay, is 4 and 3/8 greater than, less than, or equals to 4 and 7/10? Okay, so we know the 4's are the same. All right, so 3/8 and 7/10. Well, I can tell you how I know 4 and 3/8 is less than 4 and 7/10 just by looking at this. 3/8, 3 is less than 1/2 of 8 because 4/8 would be a half. Okay, so 3/8 is less than a half. 7/10 is more than a half because 5/10 is 1/2. Okay, so 4 and 3/8 is going to be less than 4 and 7/10. All right. Okay, and so your work yesterday was 539 odd. 539 odd. Okay, so we talked about writing to explain as a problem-solving strategy, and we used, for 539 odd practice, odd, we used the different examples next to them. Number 3, Lucy is hiking from camp to Bear Lake on the trail at the right. She has gone about 2 miles. Estimate the total length of the trail. Explain how you made your estimate. Okay, so I'm going to estimate, and you might have it a little bit different, but sorry, I'm going to estimate 6 miles. 6 miles, because just by looking at it, I can see that Lucy has hiked about 1/3 of, Lucy has hiked about 1/3 of the trail, of the path. And if you break it into thirds, 2 + 2 + 2 equals 6. Okay. All right, number 5. Explain why both of the pictures at the right show 3/4. Okay, so The first picture is 3 out of 4 groups. Okay, so the first picture shows 3 out of 4 groups. The second picture shows 3 out of 4 objects. Okay, so you have groups of apples and apples. Okay, number 7. 100 people are surveyed about their favorite flower. Of these, 25 say their favorite flower is the daisy. You are drawing a circle graph to show the results of the survey. What fraction of the graph should you make the section for daisies? Explain how you decided. Okay, so the circle graph, 1/4 of it is going to be daisies. Okay, because 25 out of 100 equals 1/4. Okay, now if you wanted to go into an even deeper explanation of that, think about quarters. Okay, how many quarters are in a dollar? 4. Okay, how many cents are in a quarter? 25. How many cents are in a dollar? 100. So 25 out of 100, 1/4 out of a dollar would be 1/4 or 1/4. So 25 cents out of 100 cents is 1/4. All right, number 9. Number 9, about what fraction of the goal have the fundraisers reached according to the chart at the right? Explain how you estimated. I would say 2/3 of the goal, basically because the red is about 2/3 up. Okay, just by looking at it, it looks like if I were to divide it into 3 sections, 2/3 of it is filled in. Okay, so for your homework today, you have, it's the end of the chapter, so exciting. It talks about coral reefs. I love watching things about coral reefs. They're so cool. Okay, corals are tiny animals that grow on top of each other. After they die, their hard skeletons remain. Over centuries, these skeletons accumulate to create large reefs. Many beautiful plants and animals find homes among the nooks and crannies of these reefs. This is something that you have to check out on some kind of nature show or on the internet with your parents' help, looking at coral reefs. They are so interesting. This is on page 540, by the way. Okay, trivia. Dugongs are a type of sea cow, like a manatee. They live only in the reefs off the coast of Australia. You can tell the age of a dugong by counting the number of layers on its tusk, similar to counting the number of rings on a tree. Okay, so you are going to do pages 540 and 541 all, okay? There are only 7. There are only 7 problems. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, so that is going to be your last assignment for the year. Remember, your project is due today. So your last assignment for the year, if you don't want to come back to class next week, your last assignment for the year is page 540 and 541 all. All right, so I will see you in a few minutes. You can get started on that if you have time, and I'll see you in a few minutes.